In the mid-1990s, I picked up a 1971 BMW R75/5. Since then, I scoured parts, put it together, rebuilt the engine, and put a sidecar on it. This year, I convinced my son to join me on the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride here in Sacramento. With the morning started, we hopped on the bike, headed across town to fuel up before we met at the rendezvous point where the ride was going to begin. Bit of gas and we were on our way, and boy did it look like we were going to be in for a windy ride today. Next stop, A&F's BMW, Triumph, and Royal Enfield. We were going to meet about 100 riders who were going to join us for this great ride throughout the day. The thing that's really great about events like this is it's not that anybody rides any particular bike. Everybody's there to have a great time. We saw representatives from Harley, Moto Guzzi, Triumph, of course BMW, Ural, Yamaha, Honda, and everything in between. It was just a great bunch of people having a great time and riding for a really, really great cause. After a bit of wandering amongst the bikes, it was time to line up and get our ride on the road. As we headed out in the parking lot, we passed a number of people who stopped to take pictures, photos, wave us on our way. It was a great start to the ride. Off we went. Little did I know we'd be riding with Santa Claus. You never know with a 50-year-old bike, but let's keep our fingers crossed we have a safe, functional ride the entire day. We continued on to meet our other riders at the halfway point across town, when disaster struck, or at least what I thought was disaster. After shifting pretty hard, suddenly the bike felt like it wouldn't come out of neutral, and I unfortunately just really feared the worst. After quickly contemplating whether roadside assistance was going to be needed, I realized hard shift back into first gear and we were back on the road. No clutch problems whatsoever. We're back in business. We're back. Next stop, a regroup with our fellow riders at the shopping center halfway to Sac City Brews. Fun waves from folks welcome us as we came to the parking lot, and some really nice confirmations that my bike was okay for those that saw me pull over and check in on it. After a few minutes to stretch our legs, we were off again to meet at Sac City Brews for the end of our ride, where we'd meet with all the riders for lunch. Not all that often I get to ride behind a sidecar. It was fun to see that Goldwing with the red little sidecar and a great little luggage rack on the back. Finally, we arrived at Sac City Brews, where we had a chance to regroup with the riders, sidecar, even Santa Claus, have some lunch, and walk around and visit all the bikes that we didn't get a chance to see before we took off for the ride. After some food, it was time to get back on the road and head back to Roseville. The wind had really picked up, so it'll be an interesting ride on the way home. We decided the best, its most scenic route would be to take the Garden Highway, which is going to be a beautiful drive along the Sacramento River. We really want to get there without hitting any highways if possible. I quickly realized that wind was going to be a whole lot of fun. With some road detours that have been there for a very long time, we pulled over just to get our bearings and make sure we were heading in the right direction we wanted to go. Next stop, the Garden Highway. We pulled onto the Garden Highway, then we immediately found out exactly what the wind was going to be like, and it was far more than we had expected. Even with the wind, it was really a great drive. We passed swabbies, even an abandoned steamboat on the shore. Oh, the fish! Well, Nate. With about 75 miles behind us for the day, we started to slowly put farmland behind us, the river, and gradually find ourselves getting back into the suburbs. And before we know it, we're home. What a great day, a great ride, and a great event. Thanks, distinguished gentleman ride, for raising funds for such a worthy cause. See you next year.